Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So, I just wanted to come quickly just to have a point proven. Zaddy does not care about clowning you, Black woman, in public. Now, the clip that I have is a comedy skit, okay? It's a stand-up guy, and the Black woman in the audience is heckling him. So this is a short. I may let it run twice, maybe, but it's a little bit of language in it or whatever. But I want you to just take a look at the demeanor, and he does it perfectly. He does this perfectly. He combats her heckling perfectly, clowns her, right? And I want you to notice something that I'm gonna point out after we come back. So I'm going to share my screen. I may let it run twice, and then we're going to come back and cook real quick. Here we go.
Be quiet. Me be quiet. This is my show, bitch. I haven't got the microphone, 8,000 lights. You be quiet. What's your name? Not Marco Blaustein. Shut up. I love you. Honestly, you have a nice energy, so I'll answer your question. Go ahead, man. What's up?
So, if you know all that...
If I know all what? I've been talking for an hour. I'm fucking around. Go ahead.
If you know all that you know, then how do you know so much?
If I know all that I know, how do I know so much? You're talking like a parrot that just learned English. I'm gonna need security when I leave because she gonna fuck me up. For real. She gonna beat me up.
I asked you how many motherfuckers in this bitch. All that you know, how am I gonna know what I know, but you know, bitch. Anyway, so I'm trying to ask you, I know, but she know. Turn it around.
Be quiet.
Me be quiet. This is my show, bitch. I haven't got the microphone, 8,000 lights. You be quiet. What's your name? Not Marco Blaustein. Shut up. I love you. Honestly, you have a nice energy, so I'll answer your question. Go ahead, man. What's up?
So, if you know all that...
If I know all what? I've been talking for an hour. I'm fucking around. Go ahead.
If you know all that you know, then how do you know so much?
If I know all that I know, how do I know so much? You're talking like a parrot that just learned English. I'm gonna need security when I leave because she gonna fuck me up. For real. She gonna beat me up.
I asked you how many motherfuckers in this bitch. All that you know, how am I gonna know what I know, but you know, bitch. Anyway, so I'm trying to ask you, I know, but she know. Turn it around.
Be quiet.
So, for those of you who laughed, good, because the first time I saw that, I had a very good chuckle. I had a very good laugh at it, at her expense, as it should have been, because she was making herself look stupid. Now, Black women, for real, where should I start? First of all, you're at a comedy show heckling somebody. You paid to see them. And even if you didn't pay specifically to see that comedian, you paid for the show. Often there are more than one comedian at a comedy club or comedy show. Even if you don't think he's particularly funny or whatever, it's just bad etiquette to heckle. Now, comedians, the good comedians can handle a heckler. They either ignore it or they start roasting you. Okay, the better ones will roast you. They'll make you feel stupid for heckling, right? And he roasted her. He obliterated her. And she was laughing along. Now, had that been a black comedian, a black male comedian that she heckled and then roasted her, she got mad at him. But since it was a zaddy, she took it like a champ. She took that roast. You see how she took that roast? And he mocked her perfectly. Down to the voice, the intonation, her being masculine enough to fight a man, even her lack of intelligence for the question that she asked, because she was like, well, if you know all that, he was like, first of all, I've been talking for an hour. Know what? Okay, you're going to have to speak like you got sense. And then she still didn't speak like she had sense. She asked us such a nonsensical question that he roasted the question. He was like, you talk like a parrot that just learned English. And she, because see, this is the mammyism. That's a mammy. That's the mammyism right there. Of course, she was a good sport. It was a white man talking to her, talking down to her. They kind of get off on that. But then they present themselves as goofy for somebody to talk down to them. This is the foolishness that we're talking about here, right? This is what we're talking about. Then he roasted her. I said, and as he's like punching, he's purposely not making sense. Purposely. And he throws her guard off by making himself the butt of the joke, seemingly, but really he's roasting her. So I just saw this comedy skit as a microcosm of how they actually feel, because if you know anything about comedy, comedy is often the vehicle for non-politically correct truths to be told. Comedians are often our society's truth teller, because they can cloak it in a joke, but it actually be serious. And the better comedians do it the best. You'll laugh because they have a punchline. But if you think they just told the truth, and they told an inconvenient truth, a truth that somebody else, if they say it, they get canceled. If he had said that in another setting, that would have been an argument. But because he was a comedian on a stage, he could actually say what it really was and have everybody laugh. Patrice O'Neal was popular for speaking a truth in a funny way. Most comedians do it. Like I said, the better comedians tell you the truth. They just do it in a funny way. Cat Williams does it all the time. George Carlin used to do it. Say something true. Say something politically incorrect, but it be the truth. Dave Chappelle does it all the time, although they be trying to come for Dave, but they can't really do it because he's being a comedian when he says what he's saying. He's not saying what he's saying in a tweet or in any other setting than on stage. And you have a hard time coming for a comedian for his jokes, for his or her jokes. But they clown you. They'll jump you outside, and then they'll clown you outside. You'll never be Mrs. Cartwright. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.